Hello, my dear first grade students. I'm Mr. Ahmed Magdy, your math teacher. Our lessons today are the 10th and the 11th lessons of the 5th unit of the 5th grade curriculum for the academic year 2024-2025. This unit talks about multiplication and division with decimals. Today we will talk about how to divide decimal numbers and decimal fractions by powers of 10. Then, how to link the multiplication and division operations using powers of 10, and also how to convert between different units using multiplication and division by powers of 10. So, let's go. In the previous lesson, we talked about how to multiply by powers of 10, like 10, 100, 1000, or 1/10, 100th, 1000th. Okay, but today we'll talk about how to divide by these numbers: 10, 100, 1000, or 1/10, 100th, 1000th. Okay, in multiplication, we used to move the decimal point to the right or to the left. In multiplication, when we multiply by 10 or 100 or 1000, we move the decimal point to the right. But now, to divide by 10 or 100 or 1000, we move the decimal point to the left. So, if we wanted to divide by 10, we will move the decimal point one place to the left. If we wanted to divide by 100, we will move the decimal point 2 places to the left. If we wanted to divide by 1000, we will move the decimal point 3 places to the left. And if I want to divide by 1/10 or 0.1, we will move the decimal point 1 place to the right. If we wanted to divide by 100th or 0.01, we will move the decimal point 2 places to the right. And if we wanted to divide by 1000th or 0.01001, we will move the decimal point 3 places to the right. Okay? So, if we have examples like this, I have 14.36 divided by 10, so we will move the decimal point 1 place to the left. So the result will be 1.436. Okay? If we have 5.87 and I want to divide it by 100, we will add some zeros on the left of the number to move the decimal point to the left. Okay, so we will move the decimal point 2 places because we have 2 zeros to the left. So the result will be 0.0587. If we have 25,600 and I wanted to divide it by 1000, we will move the decimal point 3 places to the left. So the result will be 25.6. Okay? I have 78.36. I want divided by 0.1. So the result will be, I will move the decimal point 1 place to the right. So the result will be 783.6. I have 239.8 and I wanted to divide it by 0.01. I will add 1 0 on the right of the number. So the result will be 23,980. I have 0.0063 divided by 0.001, the result will be 6.3 because we moved the decimal point 3 places to the right. So we will move the decimal point to the left or to the right. And if we wanted to add some zeros on the right of the number or the left of the number to be able to move the decimal point, we will add some zeros and the result will not be changed. Okay, so let's try on some examples like this. I have 745.36. I wanted to divide it by 100. Okay, so we will move the decimal point to the left, and we have two zeros, so we will move the decimal point two places. So the decimal point is now between 5 and 3, so we will move it 1, 2. So the decimal point will be between 7 and 4. So I have 7, 4, 5, 3, 6, and the decimal point will be between 7 and 4. So the result will be 7.4536. Okay, next I have 1736.8 divided by 10. So we'll move the decimal point to the left. And I have 1 0, so I will move the decimal point one place. So I have the decimal point between 6 and 8, so I will move it like this. I have one move, so it will be between 3 and 6. So I have 1, 7, 3, 6, 8, and the decimal point will be between 3 and 6. So the result will be 173.68. Next, I have 2,385 divided by 0.01. Okay, so we will move the decimal point to the right. Okay, because we divide by a decimal number. So I don't have any decimal point right here. So I have 2, 3, 8, 5. And the decimal point will be right here after 5. I will add some zeros here, like 3 or 4 or 5 zeros, like I want. Okay, so I will move the decimal point two places because I have two digits right here. So I will move it two places to the right. So I have 1, 2. So the decimal point will be right here. So I will add some zeros, and I will add two zeros to the number. So I have 2, 3, 8, 5, and I have two zeros next to them. So it will be 238,500. Okay. Next, I have 6,538 divided by 1,000. Okay, so I have 6, I have 5, I have 3, I have 2, and I don't have the decimal point. Where is the decimal point? The decimal point is right here after the ones digit, after 2. Okay, so I divide by 1,000. So the decimal point will be moved to the right, to the left. And I have 3 zeros, so I will make 3 moves. So I have 1, 2, and 3. So the decimal point will be right here between 6 and 5. So I have 6, 5, 3, 2, and the decimal point will be between 6 and 5. Next, I have 7.389. Okay, so let's try. I wanted to divide it by 0.1. So I will move it one place to the right. So I have 7.389. So I will move the decimal point one place to the right. Okay, so the decimal point will be between 3 and 8. So I have 7, 3, 8, 9, and the decimal point will be between 3 and 8. So the result will be 73.89. Next, I have 8.3 divided by 0.001. Okay, so I have 8.3. I will move the decimal point 3 places to the right. Okay, so I have only one digit. So what can I do? I will add some zeros next to 3 like this. Okay, and I want to move the decimal point 3 places. So I will move the decimal point like this. I have 1, 2, 3. So the decimal point between 0 and 0. So I will add 2 zeros next to 3. So I have 8, 3, 0, and 0. And the decimal point will be after 0. So the result will be 8,300. Okay? Let's try another one. I have 89.36 divided by 0.01. Okay? So I will move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So I have 8, 9, 3, 6, and the decimal point between 9 and 3. So I want to move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So I have 1, 2, and the decimal point will be right here. But I don't have any digits right here, so the decimal point will fall down and disappear. Okay, so I have 8, 9, 3, 6, and the decimal point will be disappeared. Okay, so I have 8,936. Next, I have 256 divided by 0.001. Okay, so I will move the decimal point to the right. So I have 2, 5, and 6. And the decimal point will be right here after 6. So I don't have any digits right here. So I will add some zeros like this. Okay, so I will move the decimal point to the right. So I will have 1, 2, 3. So I will stop right here. So the decimal point will be between 2 zeros, and I have 3 zeros next to 6. So the result will be 2, 5, 6, 0, 0, and 0. So the result will be 256,000. Okay. Next I have 9.03. Okay. And I wanted to divide it by 0.1. So I will move the decimal point to the right. So I have 9.03. So I will move the decimal point 1 place to the right. So the result will be 90.3. Next, I have 736.8. Okay, 736.8, and I want to divide it by 100. So I will move the decimal point to the right or to the left. No, it's to the left. Okay, so I will move the decimal point to the left 2 places. So I have 1, 2. So the decimal point will be right here between 7 and 3. So the result will be 7.368. Next, I have 23.68. 23.68 divided by 10. So I will move the decimal point to the left. Okay, so I have 23.68. So I will move the decimal point 1 place because I have 1 0 to the left. Okay, so the decimal point will be between 2 and 3. So the decimal point or the result will be 2.368. Next, I have 681.3 I want to divide it by 1000. So I have 681.3, and I will move the decimal point to the left. I have 3 places, so I have 1, 2, 3. So the decimal point will be right here. And where is the ones digit? So I will add 1 0. So the result will be 0.6813. Okay. Next, I want to link the multiplication operation and the division operation by the powers of 10. Okay. When we learned the multiplication operation by the powers of 10, we knew that if we want to multiply by 10 or 100 or 1000, we move the decimal point to the right. And here in the division operation, when we divide a number by 0.1 or 0.01 or 0.001, we move the decimal point to the right again. So I think the division operation by 0.1 or 0.01 or 0.001 is equivalent to multiplying the number by 10 or 100 or 1000. So if we have an example like this, 235.87, and I wanted to divide it by 0.1, so I will move the decimal point one place to the right. So the result will be 2358.7. But if we multiply the same number by 10, we will get the same result. And if we multiply 238.87, the same number, and I wanted to divide the same number by 0.01, we will have 23,587. And if I multiply the same number by 100, we will get the same result. So this operation is equivalent to this operation, and this operation is equivalent to this operation. So dividing by 1/10 is equivalent to multiplying by 10. And dividing by 100 is equivalent to multiplying by 100. And dividing by 1000 is equivalent to multiplying by 1000. Okay, so dividing by 1/10 is equivalent to multiplying by 10. Dividing by 100th is equivalent to multiplying by 100. And dividing by 1000th is equivalent to multiplying by 1000. Okay, and dividing a number by 10, 100, 1000, 10, 100, 1000 is equivalent to multiplying the same number by 1/10, 100th, 1000th. So multiplying by 10 is equivalent to dividing by 10 is equivalent to multiplying by 1/10. Dividing by 100 is equivalent to multiplying by 100. Dividing by 1000 is equivalent to multiplying by 1000th. Okay? So, I have this example. 17.63 multiplying by a number equals 176.3. Look at the digits. We have the same digits in the two numbers. Okay, so we multiply by one of the powers of 10, like 10, 100, 1000, or maybe 0.1, 0.01, or 0.001. Okay, so how can we know the missing number? Look at the decimal point. The decimal point in the first number was between 7 and 6. But here in the result, the decimal point is now between 6 and 3. So we moved the decimal point to the right and we moved it one place. So we multiply by 10 because we moved the decimal point to the right and we moved it one place. Next, I have 56 by a number equals 0.056. Where is the decimal point? It's after 6, and we moved the decimal point to the left. Okay, so we have one place, two places, and I added 2 zeros right here, and the decimal point will be between the 2 zeros. So we moved 3 places to the left. 3 places to the left. So we multiply the first number by 1,000th. Next, we have 258.7 dividing by a number equals 258,700. So we moved the decimal point to the right and we moved it 1, 2, 3 places. So we divided by a decimal number or a whole number. I think it's a decimal number, and we moved it to the right 3 places. So I think we divided by 1,000th. Next, I have 83.67 by a number equals 8,367. So I think we moved the decimal point to the right and we moved it 2 places. So we multiply by 100. Next, I have 96 divided by a number equals 0.096. So the decimal point is right here and we moved it 3 places because we add 2 zeros right here and the decimal point will be between the 2 zeros. So we moved the decimal point 3 places to the left and we divided by a number, so we divided by a whole number. So it will be 1 and 3 zeros, so it will be 1,000. Next, I have 34.56 divided by a number equals 3,456. So we moved the decimal point 2 places to the right. Okay, so we divided by a decimal number, so it will be 0.01. Next, I have 45.38 multiplied by a number equals 4.538. So we moved the decimal point 1 place to the left. 1 place to the left. So we multiply by a decimal number. So it will be 0.1. 7,380 divided by a number equals 73,800. So we moved the decimal point, but we don't have a decimal point. So what can we do? The decimal, we have a 7, 3, 8, and 0. Okay, and the decimal point is right here after 0, but in the result we have another 0, another 0. So we moved the decimal point one place to the right, one place to the right. So we divided by a decimal number, so it will be 0.1. Next, we will talk about the metric conversion between multiplication and division. So, if we want to convert between units using a multiplication and using division, choose the easiest way for you and you will become very perfect in this topic. You can use multiplication to convert between two units, or you can use the division to convert between two units. Okay, so in the units of length, we have kilometers, meters, centimeter, millimeter. So if we want to convert from the big unit to the small unit, we will multiply by a whole number. And if we wanted to convert from a small number to big number, or from small unit to big unit, we will multiply by a decimal fraction. Okay, here in the division, if we wanted to convert from a big unit to small unit, we will use a division by a decimal fraction. But if we want to convert from a small unit to big unit, we will use division by a whole number. Okay? Here in the units of mass, and this is the units, and these are the units of length. Okay? So if we want to convert from kilogram to gram, we multiply by 1000. And if we wanted to convert from gram to kilogram, we will multiply by 1000th. Here in the division, if we wanted to convert from kilogram to gram, we will divide by 1000th, and from gram to kilogram, we will divide by 1000. Here in the units of capacity, liters and milliliters, from liter to milliliter, we will multiply by 1000. And from milliliter to liter, we will multiply by 1000th. Here, in the division operation, when we convert from liter to milliliter, we will multiply by 1. We will divide by 1000th, and from milliliter to liter, we will divide by 1000. Okay? Okay. So, here I have conversion examples. The first one here, or let's read the question first. Complete each conversion, then write a multiplication equation, and the division equation with the same answer. So, I have 512 centimeter and I wanted to convert it to meters. Okay, so from centimeter to meter, we will multiply by what? And we will divide by what? From centimeter to meter, we will multiply by 0.01. And if we want to use the division operation, we will divide by 100. So the result will be, or the decimal point will be between what? The decimal point is now after 2, and we will move it 2 places to the right. So the decimal point will be between 5 and 1. So the result will be 5.12. So we have 5.12, 5.12. Okay, next I have 0.7 kilogram and I want to convert it to gram. So we will multiply by what? And we can divide by what? Okay, so from kilogram to gram, we multiply by 1000. Okay, so if we multiply 1000, we can divide by 0.001 and we will get the same result. So the decimal point is here between 0 and 7. So I have 0.7 and I want to move the decimal point to the right because we multiply by 1000. So we move the decimal point to the right, but I want to move it 3 places. So what can I do? I will add some zeros next to 7. So it will be right here between 0 and 0. So I have 700. So the result will be 700 gram. Next, I have 2345 milliliter and I wanted to convert it to liter. Okay, so from milliliter to liter, we will multiply by what? We will multiply by 0.001 or 1000th. So if we multiply by 0.001, we can divide by 1000. Okay, so we will move the decimal point 3 places to the left. So I have 2, 3, 4, 5, and the decimal point is right here. So I have 1 place, 2 places, 3 places. So the decimal point will be between 2 and 3. So I have 2.345. 2.345. 2.345. Next, I have 25.6 millimeter equals how many centimeters? So I wanted to convert from millimeter to centimeter. So I have 5.6 to 5.6 and I want to get the result. So from millimeter to centimeters, we will divide by 10 or we can multiply by 0.1. Divide by 10 is equivalent to multiplying by 0.1. So the result will be what? I have 5.6. So the decimal point will move 1 place to the left. So the result will be 2.56. 2.56. So 25.6 millimeter will be 2.56 centimeter. Next, I have 2.5 liter equals how many milliliter? From liter to milliliter, we will multiply by 1000 or we can divide by 0.001. So I have 2.5 multiplied by 1000 equals what? I will move the decimal point to 3 places to the right. So I have 2.5 and I will add some zeros right here. So I have 1 place, 2 places, 3 places. So the result will be 2500 milliliter. Okay, next I have 736 gram equals how many kilograms? So I want to convert from gram to kilogram. So I have 736. From gram to kilogram, we will multiply by 0.001. And if I want to use the division operation, I would divide by 1000. Okay, so I will move the decimal point 3 places to the left. Where is the decimal point? It's here after 6. So I have 1 place, 2 places, 3 places. So the decimal point will be before 7. And I don't have any ones digit, so I will add some 1 0 right here. So the result will be 0 0.736. 0 0.736. 0 0.736. Okay. Next, I have some questions of multiplying, of multi-choice questions on the division and multiplication operations by powers of 10. Next, the first one here I have 57.3 by 0.1. I will move the decimal point to the left, one place. So I have one place, so it will be 5.73. So it's choice D. I have 32.59 divided by 1/10. So I will move the decimal point to the right. So I have one place. So I have 3, 2, 5, 9, and the decimal point will be between 5 and 9. So I have C. Next, I have 85.3 divided by 1/100. What is the meaning of this? This means it's 0.01 or 100th. So I wanted to divide by 0.01. So I will move the decimal point to the right. I have 2 digits, so I will move 2 places. So it will be 85.3, and I will move the decimal point to the right 2 places. So I will add some zeros right here. So 1 place, 2 places. So the decimal point will be between 2 zeros. So I have 8530. So it will be 8530. Next, I have 56.6 multiplied by 0.01 equals 56.6 divided by what? Multiplying by 100 is equivalent to dividing by 100. Next, I have 423.1 multiplying by a number equals 4.231. We moved the decimal point 2 places to the left. Okay, so 1, 2. So the point is now between 4 and 2. So we moved the decimal point 2 places to the left. So we multiply by a decimal fraction. So it will be 0.01. Next, I have a number multiplied by 0.01 equals 5.36. What is a number? Multiplying by 0.01 means moving the decimal point 2 places to the left. Okay, so let's reverse the operation. So where was the decimal point before multiplying? So 1, 2, it's right here after 6. So when we move the decimal point 2 places to the left, so it will be between 5 and 3. So the original number, or the first number, was 536, and the decimal point was after 6. So the result will be, or the original number will be 536. Next, I have 2.8 multiplied by 0.01, and the other side I have 2.8 divided by 0.01. Here we will move the decimal point 2 places to the left, but here we will move the decimal point 2 places to the right. Okay, so the result will be here. I have 1, 2, so I will add some 0 here and 0 right here. So the result will be 0.028. But here I will move the decimal point 2 places to the right. So I will have 1 0 right here. So the result will be 280. I have 208 and I have 28,000. So I think the right side is the bigger one. I have 100th of the number 76.93. 100th of a number means we will multiply that number by 0.01. So I have 76.93 multiplied by 0.01. So I don't have this operation in the choices. So what can I do? Let's change the operation to division. Okay, multiplying by 0.01 or multiplying by 100th is equivalent to dividing the same number by 100. So it will be choice B. Next, I have 8,000 gram equals how many kilogram? I think it's an easy one. It's 8 because we will divide 8,000 by 1,000. So it will be just 8. Next, I have 30.5 kilometer equals how many meter? So from kilometer to meter, we will multiply by 1,000. Okay, so I have 30.5 by 1,000 equal what? 30.5 by 1,000. We will move the decimal point 3 places to the right. So I have 3, 0, 5, and I have 1, 2, 3. So I have 2 zeros right here. So it will be 30,500. It's A. Next, I have 3,200 milliliter equals how many liters? So I will divide by 1,000 because from milliliter to liter we will divide by 1,000. So dividing by 1,000, we will move the decimal point 3 places to the left. Where is the decimal point? It's right here. So I have 1 place, 2 places, 3 places. So it's now between 3 and 2. So I have 3.2 and it's C. There are 30,000 grams in how many kilograms? So from grams to kilograms, we will divide the number by 1,000. So I have 1 0 with 1 0, 1 0 with 1 0, 1 0 with 1 0. So it will be 30 divided by 1 equals what? Equals 30. Next, height of a building of 10 floors, where the height of each floor is 280 centimeter equals how many meters? So first, let's convert this number to meters. So I have 280 centimeter equals how many meters? So we'll divide by 100. We'll divide by 100. Okay, so I have the decimal point and we will move it 2 places to the left. So I have 1, 2. So it will be between 2 and 8. Okay, but I want the height of 10 floors. So I will multiply this number by 10. So I will move the decimal point one place to the right. So it will be 28. Next, I have a wooden bar of length 7.75 meters is divided into 10 pieces of equal length. Then length of each piece equals what? So, but remember, I want to convert the length of each piece to centimeter. Okay, so let's convert first the length of the wooden bar to centimeters. So I have 7.75 meters equals how many centimeter? So we will multiply by 100. So I have 7.75 equals what? I have two places, so the result will be 775 centimeter. But I wanted to divide the bar into 20 pieces of equal length. So we will divide this length into, or divided by 10. So I will move the decimal point one place to the left. So I have 77.5. Okay. So with this, we finished our video today, in which we talked about how to divide decimal numbers and decimal fractions by powers of 10, and then we talked about how to link the multiplication and division operation using powers of 10, and also how to convert between different units using multiplication and division operation and division by powers of 10. I hope you understood our lesson today, and I hope that you solve many exercises in this lesson so that you can understand more. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Don't forget to like and share the video with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I will see you in a new video and a new lesson. I'm Mr. Ahmed Magdy. Goodbye.